Dungeons & Drimbus is rated R for rude language, rough violence, and raunchy humor.
I do declare, here's what happened previously on Dungeons & Drimbus. After the events at the theater, the party comes together. They stabilize Cheerio, Kit, Grisabeth, and Jessica. Gary, Monique, and Maximilian grab Tyrannicus's body and head to Mount St. Noose to see what they can do for him. The rest of the party grab the petrified Reginald Figglesbottom and take him to Thomas's old apartment. After dodging the landlord, they unpetrify Reginald and begin their questioning. However, he continues to insist they kill him and remains highly uncooperative. During the investigation, they use the emails to check in on the rest of the party and have a little chat with Yargin, who says they are sending over all the cure they can for the Maya Plague. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Gary, Grisabeth, and Maximilian take Tyrannicus in. Gary offers one of the soul gems he saved from the healing temple for a soul transfer. Then says he knows how he can get the money for the body transfer. Now joined by Viper, he heads to Until Dawn Pawn, where, unbeknownst to everyone, he holds Tyrannicus's soul gem hostage to take Gary with Tuar's best weapon. He hands it over and banishes the party from ever returning to Until Dawn Pawn, taking the crystal with him. Stunned beyond belief, Viper and Maximilian decide they need to find the rest of the money to complete Tyrannicus's body transfer. They head over to Harry Fjord, the Mount Seller, where Maximilian offers his phylactery. Viper begs him not to, but as he signs the deal and hands it over, he uses power word kill to destroy Harry Fjord. Taking the money, they exit the shop and run into Lucky, having arrived from Lep. Gary heads back to Mount St. Noose to check on Grisabeth. Maximilian, Viper, and Lucky head off with the money in hand for Tyrannicus, and the rest of the party continue their interrogation as they hear a knock at the door. I do declare, Your Honor is back in session.
There is a knocking at the door.
Who is it?
No, shut! What?
Oh, sorry.
Thomas! I thought that was you. I just came to give you your rent. You haven't been around, so I haven't been able to pay you.
Ah, yes, thank you. I'm gonna open the door and collect my rent.
Damn it, Thomas! Can you please not do that?
Do you walk over the glyph of warning?
There's no way, please. No, please stop.
As
please
soon
stop.
as I hear Barbara say, no, don't do that, I'll stop.
Do you have guests in there?
No?
I mean, you are allowed under the lease that we signed. Sorry, I'm not supposed to bother you, actually. Here, could you open the door to get this rent?
Just slip it under. Slip the money under.
Thomas, can I talk to you?
Sure.
He does slide the gold under the door.
Oh, he did. Okay.
I'd really like to look you in the eye and apologize for what you found in my room that day.
That's quite all right. It's okay.
I've come a long way from my sexual deviancy, okay? And, well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having sex toys, really. Like, I mean, don't yuck my yum, but I probably shouldn't leave them out and about, you're right. I probably shouldn't use the same knife to make my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches as I do for my extracurricular activities.
Oh, God.
I know we got off on the wrong foot, but I'd really like to mend this relationship.
You can mend tomorrow. Tell him.
Jessica's gonna pull out one of her teeth and she's gonna toss it under the door as she imbues it with some magic, and then she's gonna go into a trance to see, like, what's happening outside the door.
Okay, you toss the tooth out, and you see a centaur. It is a centaur. He was wearing, like, blue jeans over the horse half, and then this, like, dirty t-shirt that is stained. He has a big, burly, hairy chest. He's very short. You just feel, like, just from looking at him, you're like, oh, this is Thomas's landlord. You just know. And he looks very ashamed, very embarrassed. He's kind of fidgeting. He's like sweating a little bit.
And that's all I see?
That's all you see out here.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely just a centaur in a vest out there, so I don't know it.
No,
Thomas,
we can't risk anything right now. All right, we got this guy over here with keeping captive. We can't just open the door.
What is everyone's passive perception?
Passive perception is a 12 for Jessica.
12.
13 for Barbara.
Barbara.
I swear to... Oh, fuck.
You just... Maybe you're going crazy, but you feel like you hear something squeak behind you.
Huh? Behind me?
Maybe like a window or something like that.
Bob's turning around and looking for the nearest window. Period.
You turn around. There's only one window in the apartment. It is opposite the door, and you see it is slightly cracked open.
Uh-oh.
All right, and Bob's gonna run to it and shut it.
Okay, you run to it, and you slam it shut, and you hear a... Oh, God.
Oh, someone's fingers.
And sticking out under the creak of the window pane, you see two little, like, middle fingers turning purple.
Okay, well, who do I see? And do they see me? Are these nice and
as
tinted?
you peer over the window, dangling from the fucking 6th floor, in pain, sweating, and nervous, you see Ryan Figglesbottom now, holding onto the ledge.
Slam it again, harder. Make sure those fingers are cut off.
Hello, I was on my way about town and I fell off a roof. And if you could just please let my fingies go.
Why were you on the roof?
Oh, just open the window, please.
No, tell me what you wanted. Why are you trying to sneak in?
I was just gallivanting about town, that's all.
No, you said you were on the roof. If I let go of this and you drop to your death, I'm not going to feel bad. And if I cut off your fingers, I'm not going to feel bad.
I can't hold on much longer, please. Please, I'm very high.
You realize I'm not convinced. Like, I don't care.
Building. I don't understand why there isn't
Is
one.
there like a small kitchenette?
Yes, it is like adjacent to the window, basically.
Jessica's gonna walk over, take the knife out of the knife block.
Oh, God.
And she's going to like bring the tip of the knife down next to one of the fingers. And she's going to slowly start pressing it down into one of the fingers.
I'll tell you anything you want. Please.
Okay, tell us why you were on the roof.
Ooh, I heard my daddy-in-law's voice.
That's weird.
How did you hear it from wherever the fuck you were?
I was just walking back from the hospital. My legs break.
But you said you were on the roof?
And then you just hear... Figglesbottom hears Crabapple out in the window.
Does somebody want to see what he has to say?
I think we're going to ignore it for now.
How did you hear the voice? And Jessica's going to press just a little bit more.
He was screaming. He said something about killing him, and I just knew it would crush my poor Cindy.
So you heard that from the street level, sir?
You have very thin walls. These peasant apartments don't do a good job of insulating sound.
But you said you fell off the roof.
It was a lie. I'm sorry.
A stupid lie.
Uh-huh.
Well, that was very clear because you're not a particularly great actor. Now admit to that part.
Yes.
I am not a particularly great liar.
Or actor. Push harder on the knife.
Jessica pushes a little bit harder.
You see he thinks, he says,
Oh, yes. My next role, a bad actor. Oh, I'm not a particularly good actor.
God, he really is insufferable. Thomas, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'm used
It's
to it.
me, Thomas Tale.
Oh. All right. Do we want to cut the fingers off, or do you want to let it go and just maybe he'll just like splat on the bottom floor?
I think we pull him in and question him further.
We can't let him go if he knows Daddy's here.
I mean, you could just gaslight him, but then, I mean, if he also sees that Daddy's here with no arms or legs and being held against his will, he might be a little concerned.
Is my landlord still there?
Hey, Thomas. I'd really like to just connect with you as a human being.
There's too much going on right now. I need.
What day is it today? It's Sunday, isn't it? Don't you want some ice cream?
I'll get rid of him. Hold on.
Okay, thank you.
I got coffee-flavored ice cream.
Go away.
Okay, Thomas, I'm sorry. I gotta do this, but I'm coming.
No, wait, why? Hold on.
You hear the jangling of keys.
Oh God.
No, stop doing that. I'm gonna hold the door now.
God.
Closed.
Hey,
Roll a strength.
Thomas, why don't you just go outside? He just wants to talk to you. You go outside. We'll handle inside. Go. Just go.
He goes,
Thomas, I really have to come inside.
Why? I'm indecent. No, you cannot.
Oh, don't worry. You're just bones anyway. It's nothing I ain't seen before.
I hate you. I hate you.
I know you do, and that's why I want to connect with you. I can't.
We have to do this.
In one of my tenants.
I'm pooping.
How does a skeleton poop?
It's really hard and it hurts.
Is that where bone meal comes from?
Yes. Now go get me ice cream.
I brought you ice cream. It's right here.
It's not the right flavor.
It's coffee flavor.
I hate coffee flavor.
roll a strength contest, Thomas.
Oh, that's a good roll. 18.
Oh shit, he got a 12. Yeah, you feel the door like push in and he says, Thomas, I really gotta come inside right now.
Why?
I just have to. I need to talk to you. Just trust me on this one, okay?
Why would I ever do that? You're a landlord.
Period.
Just roll a charisma check for me, Thomas.
Ooh, okay. 19.
You say you're a landlord and he goes, I know, I'm a leech. You're right.
Aren't you ashamed?
I am.
You should be.
I try to make up for it. I still don't quite remember how I came up with the idea, but I try to give my tenants ice cream sundaes. I pay you rent. I'm trying to make up for it, but I don't know. It's inherently evil.
And it's still not enough. Now walk away.
I want to, Thomas, but I cannot. I need to come inside. I need you to open this door.
Can you not?
Because I can't.
I will sit here all day, mister. Till 1 o'clock I will sit here. What is going on with you?
It sounds like someone who is under the influence of some sort of
Give me another strength check, Thomas.
Another strength check. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Oh, fuck. He rolled good for this one.
And Thomas did not. 13.
Oh, God.
21.
The glyph.
Jeez.
No.
As the door suddenly bucks, I think you get distracted in your conversation and you go flying back into the room. The door opens as Samir steps in.
No. Oh,
Well,
God.
as Samir steps on the glyph, a burst of flames envelop him as he takes 5d8 fire damage.
Roll that for me.
15.
Thomas, I'm shocked.
And he starts bucking around the apartment like a horse, just like as his ass is just on fire. He goes, fuck, oh, fuck. And there is now a flaming horse in your apartment running around.
Can I grab the ice cream and shove it on his ass and see what happens?
You turn it over. He goes, oh, what the fuck, Thomas? Oh, I came to apologize for my terrible way.
You're still terrible. You forced your way into my room. How dare you?
Shit, okay, critical failure on that. As that happens, you hear, it is not stealthy in the slightest, you hear it get shot. And you see a crossbow bolt come flying and lodge itself into Reginald's chest. He takes the hit and he nods his head. Yes.
Where did it come from?
The open door.
Okay, I want to run out the door and try to track who shot it.
You run out the door and in the stairwell you see Cynthia with a crossbow.
Yeah.
And she says, oh fuck.
Oh, she's dead. I pull out my shadow blade.
Great, roll for initiative.
Oh God!
Fuck.
I'm sick of these two.
Jessica, in that moment, hears the oh fuck, recognizes the voice. She's gonna open the window and pull Figglesbottom, Mr. Figglesbottom in.
Oh, thank you. He kisses his fingies.
And she's going to take the knife and hold it to his throat.
Oh, now this is a bit much, don't you think?
Shut up. You don't get to say a frickin' word, okay?
He pantomimes like he's in a box. Poorly, I might add.
Okay, Thomas, you can continue your things.
5.
Oh, wow. She rolled poorly, but you rolled worse. She's gonna shoot you.
Oh, God. Okay.
Thomas, does a 13 hit you?
It does not.
A bolt goes flying, and somehow it is deflected off of your red jacket, as if it has granted you some last bits of luck.
Watch the coat.
Jessica brings Ryan into the door frame, basically, and she goes, Darlene, fuck! All right. Thomas, it's your turn if you would like to attack, but she is going to lift up the crossbow like over her head, like a surrendering motion, as she backs down the stairs. She says, this doesn't have to go any further. I'm sorry.
I'm going to say, get up here.
How much do you care about your partner?
What do you want?
Information?
What are you doing to my father?
Getting information?
About what?
Information we don't know? Any other questions?
All right, fine. I'm coming.
Okay, great.
She will slowly begin working her way up the stairs.
Barbara, alert the others on the pad now, please.
Yeah, you got it. And Barbara's gonna, as best she can, scribble on the pad being like, red alert, code red, Cynthia's here, Figglesbottom is here, it just not, no good, no bueno, send tweet.
As we cut back to Gary, Grisabeth, and Monique, you all are in the waiting room, and you see Gary with 2 R's come in with a sack just fucking full of coins. He's a skeleton, and you don't quite understand how, but you see like the tears streaming down his cheek, like you could tell his cheekbones are wet. And he comes up to the counter with that and with the crystal, and he says, "Hi, my name is Gary. My son just had a soul transfer to this crystal earlier. I just got the money. Please, I can't wait much longer. I'd like to do the body transfer. I have all of the cash right now." Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. Yeah, I believe they were just clearing out his room, but the doctor might be available if you give me just give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna go talk to him. Thank you. And he's put the gold on the counter, and he falls with his back to the counter, like into almost like he's cradling his knees, and in his hands he's holding the crystal that has Tyrannicus in it and like clutching it to his sternum and kind of rocking himself back and forth.
Okay, Monique, Grizz, looks like Tyrannicus is gonna be okay. We should get out of here.
I'd like to go talk to him. I'd like to be there if I can be.
Okay, just do you know what Thomas's apartment is?
You're gonna come out from the hospital, you're gonna take a left, you're gonna go down 2 blocks. It's the first building there. Kind of raggedy, I'm not gonna lie. Double glass doors, you'll see.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Gary, don't you?
Yeah, I guess we'll see you there.
Don't you think we should be here for him? He just lost his son. I think we could comfort him right now, don't you think?
It'd be more comforting if I gave him his space.
You think so?
Yeah.
I know I wouldn't want to.
Calvin really needs us right now. We gotta get going.
Okay. Whenever you're ready, Miss Valentine, we'll be over there. Let us know how it goes. I hope it goes well. And you guys begin to exit. As you are exiting the hospital, you see Monique walks up to Gary, and as the first glass door shuts, you can't really hear the inside of the ER anymore, but you just hear him saying, "No, get away! I don't want to see any of you here ever again!" And it just kind of keeps going on inside as you leave the hospital. On your way out, Viper, Lucky, Max, you guys probably arrive just as Gary and Grisabeth are leaving,
Yeah.
and you also hear like the shouting on the other side of the glass.
Oh God, is it done? Is everything set up?
Yeah, he's going through the transfer right now. We're about to make our way to the apartment.
I doubt he wants to see any of us right now. Maybe Lucky, Max.
It's gonna be fine.
I hope so. Pace isn't going to take this news well if it doesn't.
I know. What do you think we should do now? I mean, we left the others back at the apartment. It's very sensitive what's going on over there with
I know, but I can't leave Barry. And you see, like, he's afraid to go inside, but he puts his hand, like, up to the glass door, and he says, I have no right to see what happens after all I've done to. And he looks at Gary on the floor, like, sobbing. Monique has taken, like, several steps back. He says, to both of them.
I have a passive insight of 17. Is it fair to say I kind of understand, like, that Monique was trying to comfort him and that
100%,
okay.
Yes.
I'm going to look to Max and say, I understand how you feel, but Tyrannicus was very important to you, and it looks like Monique needs a friend as well, someone who also cared about him. I think Gary, with 2 R's, needs a little time, but perhaps you could find comfort in Monique's presence?
Perhaps she deserves to be there. She was with him when I was not, so...
But...
I'll see what I can do, but listen, you have to get to the apartment.
Right.
Figglesbottom. His phylactery is a black heart. It's very small. It's not quite like mine. Mine is stronger. It's made of stone. His was one of the first phylacteries I made. And it's a little more feeble. It needs to be protected, encased in something strong, basically, to give it some sort of protection, a hiding. I don't know where it is. I spent the last few days, every second I had that was free around this penthouse in the Opal Tower, I couldn't find it anywhere, so I don't know where it is.
Right.
But wherever it is somewhere that will be important to him, okay? He's looking into the hospital, and he sees Monique and Gary and the crystal holding Tyrannicus. He says, this whole leechdom thing, it's been the source of so much suffering for all of us, for Barry especially. And he takes out the phylactery and he hands it back to you, Viper. He says, please destroy this for me.
Max.
I don't have the strength to do it myself. Just do it quickly.
Max, if Tyrannicus comes back and
if
you are not here...
If Tyrannicus comes back, then I will have whatever remains of my life to try to make up for what I have done.
Is this truly what you want?
I don't know.
Will you allow me to wait until tomorrow and allow you to think a little more about it before any drastic action is taken?
Do it. Did you know the reason Barry does what he does, the reason Gary is a skeleton, is because I use them to try to perfect my own method before I took the risk on myself. Tyrannicus, he lost his parents in an accident, and he came to me. He had been studying with me for some time. Tyrannicus was just a boy, and that boy had to kill his own mother a second time. It's why he doesn't trust his own magic. I'm the reason his magic is so wild.
Max, you must know that is not your fault. You were trying to help Barry.
No, it is my fault. I wasn't trying to help Barry. There are easier ways to go about it. But I was trying to perfect my phylactery before I did it on myself. Because I saw what it turned Figglesbottom into. He used to be a brilliant blue dragon.
I see.
And I'm so vain. Even with all my work, look at me.
The most important thing is that you have guilt. If you were truly an awful person, that guilt wouldn't be there.
I know this about myself. I'm too selfish. I won't be able to truly care for Barry unless it is impossible for me to care about myself. So please, take it. Do whatever you want with it. But as far as I am concerned, it is gone.
Okay.
And he'll give you the phylactery. And he says, I need to go talk to Monique. And he enters the hospital.
I kind of look to Lucky. Don't suppose now is the time to discuss company protocol, is it?
I've been helping Tyrannicus track that down for a very long time.
Do you know what he was going to do with it?
Well, I believe his intention was initially to kill Max.
Right.
It was always off the books. Lep is not officially aware of the existence of that phylactery.
I see.
If this procedure works, I think he would appreciate having the option himself.
Tyrannicus, you mean?
Yeah.
I agree with you. And Viper will take out some spare cloth and wrap it very carefully and place it into her pack.
Grisabeth leans over to you, Gary, because you guys are all like in this little waiting, like in between area, and she goes, "Oh gosh, Gary, I really didn't study up on enough magic while we were in college." Maybe I should have taken a minor or something.
I got some books you can catch up with.
Okay, yeah, I don't understand any of this mumbo jumbo.
Are you guys coming back to the apartment too then?
And at that point, you see scribbles beginning to appear.
Okay,
on your
Viper
pad.
takes out her iMail and reads and is like, oh fuck, alright, we got to go. Double
What's
time.
a tweet?
What?
Apparently, red alert, Cynthia is at the apartment now. We need to get over there, they need some backup.
Let's go.
All right, let's
All right.
rock and roll, boys! And Grisabeth loads her crossbow and leads the charge out of the hospital.
She doesn't have that.
Yeah,
That's right.
All right, let's rock and roll, boys! And Grisabeth sharpens her nails.
You know what? Viper, as they're running, Viper takes out one of her spare daggers and carefully hands it to Grisabeth.
Oh, sweet. Do you think I could spend some hours training with you? Maybe level up my skills a little bit?
That sounds really fun, actually.
That'd
yes.
be great. Oh my god, I've always wanted to work with the secret agent.
Oh,
Wow.
yes. Perfect.
Okay. Oh, wait, this is a really serious.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah,
So
okay.
serious now. All right.
Here we go. Meanwhile, back at the apartment, Cynthia is walking up the stairs with crossbow over her head.
No, give me the crossbow. I asked for it like 3 times, Cynthia. Give me that crossbow.
Okay. She begins to lower the crossbow to hand it to you, and as she fires another bolt. Okay, roll a dexterity contest.
I got a 19.
Okay, you successfully grab the crossbow, and you see her finger begin to go towards the trigger, and then she backs off and goes, hey, relax.
Can I butt her head with the back of this crossbow?
Oh shit, I mean, yeah, roll basically an unarmed attack, I guess.
Shoot her, dude. Forget this.
Okay, 17.
You bonk her in the head, she goes, ow! Fuck!
Get inside. Don't ever tempt us with ice cream again.
Okay. She walks in. Samir is the fire has gone out. The ice cream has melted over his ass. He goes, okay, good, you got her. This is awkward. I didn't want to do this.
Get out of here. Leave.
Oh, okay, I'm good, right? You're not going to try to, shoot me. Okay, so I'm so sorry, Thomas. By the way, I did genuinely want to pay you your rent. Here it is. He puts the bag of gold on the table and he goes, all right, I'm leaving now. And he goes down the stairs.
Wait, did he not see Figglesbottom tied up?
You made no comment.
I did see that, but also it's in my lease that I'm not allowed to basically ask Thomas any questions.
And don't you forget it.
Yeah. All right. As long as I'm paying my rent on time, I don't ask questions.
Who is the landlord here?
It's me. Hi. It's me.
He's the landlord.
I'm the problem. It's me.
But you pay him rent.
Yes.
Yeah, it's in our lease. I think it's always been that way, right, Tom? It's so fuzzy. I had a really rough couple of days a few weeks ago.
You know what? Forget I even asked. Really nice to meet you. Please don't share this with anyone. If you do, you will die. Okay, bye. Bye.
So nice to meet you too. He grabs a sample ice cream spoon and pours grabs some of the melted sundae off of his rear. He says, "Would you like a taste?"
I'm actually quite full right now. Thank you so much. I am lactose intolerant, but I appreciate it.
Also, I know you stole my gold, Thomas. I am filing a police report for that.
Huh?
I totally forgot that I knew about that. But I can't evict you. So
get out of here.
See you in court, buddy. And he goes down the stairs.
Oh no.
Barbara's gonna close the door, and she's just gonna look around the room and see what a fun group we have here. It's almost like a sitcom, if sitcoms were really sad and dark and had a lot of death.
I don't like any of you in this room.
And that's fair. The feeling is mutual. All right, let's have, I guess Cynthia and maybe Figglesbutt can take a seat. Sure.
Yeah, don't worry, I got him. And Kit wraps tentacles around their limbs. So he wraps one tentacle around each of their hands, one around each of their legs. He's gained a lot of strength back now that he's had some time to heal. He kind of almost holds them up so that they're floating in his grasp as if they're hogtied.
Love that. Thank you, Kit.
Jessica would like to take that opportunity to pat down, search the bodies.
Who are you starting with?
Let's start with the bigger threat, Cynthia.
Cynthia is in her classic blue nurse scrubs. However, she is also in winter gear that she was wearing over it. Mm-hmm. So within it, you find a number of stuff. You find a hospital bill. You also find a purse with about 100 gold inside.
hours.
I've been looking for a new purse. This is very cute. Thank you.
You find makeup, you find like a full makeup kit in the purse, basically. Mirror, lipstick, everything.
Check that mirror. Is it like a special mirror?
Roll an investigation check.
Jessica rolled a 12.
Jessica, I'll say you're familiar enough that you go, this is absolutely obsidian glass.
Great. Jessica's gonna put it on the floor and smash her heel down into it.
The shards break. As you continue to pat her down, what else do you find? You find like her ID for like work. Mm-hmm. You see that she carries like a little like emergency like medical kit in one pocket, like a first aid type thing. She has a necklace on in the shape of a big like golden heart.
Okay, that's a locket. I'm gonna be taking that.
Okay, you grab the locket.
Does it open?
You do see a latch on it. She goes, hey, seriously?
Yes, seriously.
Open it.
Jessica's gonna open that little locket.
And inside of the locket, you see the tiniest, most shriveled looking fucking nasty, tiny black heart you have ever seen in your life.
Ooh, what did I happen to stumble upon here?
Do share.
Oh, it's a shriveled little heart.
Oh!
It's a tiny, black, shriveled little heart, just like the shriveled little dick that probably exists on both of these males that we've got tied up. Isn't that right?
And at this point, you finally see Figglesbottom's facade crack. Mm-hmm. You see his eyes kind of very subtly go wide. Like, they don't go wide, they just widen. He opens his eyes a little more.
You sent the only thing that could kill you right to the people that were holding you captive. That seems like a major misstep, mister. Barbara, would you like to lower the gag just ever so slightly?
Oh, I would be honored. And Barbara's gonna go
Careful
over.
Now. No
of course.
tricks.
Of course. And lower it just so slightly.
You lower the gag and he goes, my beautiful darling daughter, how could you be such a nitwit?
And re-gag.
And there it goes. Right back up. Okay, thank you.
We're halfway there. This is the halftime ad with Daddy G.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Halftime Zone. I'm Daddy G, filling in for Nikki B. And breaking news, I'm halfway to completing my New Year's resolution of mentioning my New Year's resolutions on the show 4 times. Next up, we've got a long-distance caller from, halfway around the world. Who are you and what have you got to say?
I'm Hal Halfson, and my question to you, I guess it's like half a question and half just an expression of like, the fuck? What just happened?
In regards to?
Last week's episode.
The Gary scene.
Yeah, I mean, like, just, I couldn't have thought up anything half as dramatic as that.
Neither could I, Hal. But hey, you're in luck. There's a whole show dedicated to answering questions just like that one.
There is?
Yep. It's called After the Drimbus. After every single session of Your Honor, the Drimbus crew do a little behind-the-scenes peek into what happened in the episode.
That sounds great!
It's not half bad. I'm technically not supposed to do this, but, have a listen, Hal.
If you really needed a weapon, like that desperately, dog, we could have gotten you a weapon!
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I want to know what I got, actually.
Also, you don't have a weapon on you?
Not the one I want. It's not strong enough to kill you.
You have your hands. You're fine.
To kill me specifically. Okay. Like, wait, so you don't have like a... But like, it's just like... I mean, a rapier.
I feel like that was a lot just for a rapier. I'm sorry, I really do.
Yeah.
It's just a rapier, man. Like, I thought that you had something expensive to sell him, and that's how you were gonna get the
because that's what
money.
Max thought too, because you were like, you don't have to do it. And he's like, oh, okay, I guess he has like free money stashed
That's
away
what I
somewhere.
thought. I thought you were going to sell like an expensive gem or something.
I did too.
You were going to him for 2,000, so I thought we could just get 2,000 for free. Like, hey, we have your son. You want your son? Pay for it.
No, initially he was going to go to Harry Fjord to sell the phylactery, and then he was going to go to the pawn shop if he didn't get enough money, which he wasn't going to because Harry wouldn't have given him 2,000. He was going to go to the pawn shop and sell all his clothes and items and show up at the hospital naked with the money.
Yeah, where instead I would be like, hey,
Where instead you threatened.
he'll just give us the money for his son.
He would have given it to you for free. Like, I'll tell you straight up right now. If you just
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know
literally
that.
was like,
my bond is not.
All right, hold
that
up.
strong
We need
with
the
you.
talking pillow for after the drink.
Where can I hear more of this?
Boy, am I glad you asked. For all of After the Drimbus, for every single season, entire series of bonus content, merch, and more, check out patreon.com/Drimbus.
All that other stuff sounds cool, but I'm still only half convinced.
Well, for as little as $5, you get access to bonus content just about every week. But if you don't want to sign up for all that just yet, the Drimbus crew also has individual collections for sale on the Patreon, so you can just pick up the series you're interested in.
Sick! Now, if only I had people to talk to about the show.
Well, sharing the love of Drimbus is always appreciated, but the Patron Discord is a great place to do just that, especially in the final act of your honor. Join now along with these fine patrons: Jerry Benetatos, Queso Loco, Greta M. Beignet, Alex Capes My Ass, Ace Andrews, Regina Russell, Sam Olivos, Jordan Cobb, The Unnamed Rogue, NB Star, Doubtful Guest, Michael Richters, Davis Walden, Denny Dewdrop, Myth Mouse, Callie Wolf, Brandon M. Bishop, Bridge, Twiglets, Joanna, Stan Sitzman, Scrambles, The Death Dealer, Aaron Adams, Nathan Mesnard, Ruth Thanatos, Carrie Holmes, Melissa Rain, Hensational, Butts Aplenty, Uvular Nutria, Dane Kohlhoff, Loon, Faust, the Heavenly Demonic Monster, David Carlton, Lord Braxton Von Wendell III, Tracy Baby, Waffle Marine, Elastic Band, Hoodie Gang Sheep, Doobie Daddy, Luke Verman, MV Carr, Chris McGann, Vico Cocorico, Mary Weeg, and Alyssa Barron.
Wait, that does sound fun. I think I might check it out. Thanks, Daddy G.
Anytime, Hal. And now for our next segment, Spoken Squeak Poetry by Scruffles and the Scrufflets. Take it away, Scruffs.
Excellent. Okay, the others are on their way. So, thank you so much, Cynthia, for this wonderful opening night gift of my play. You know, I couldn't have asked for something better. Well, perhaps not having had to get this over an attempt on all of our lives, but you know, that's all right. This makes up for it in some way, I guess.
Oh, it's the least I could do.
I'm glad that you still have your sense of humor intact, and Jessica's gonna boop her nose. Boop.
Right, so, like, can I go now?
Nope.
Okay.
You're in too deep, buddy. You're in too deep.
I genuinely have no idea what's going on.
You married into quite the family.
Also, my fingies really hurt.
Oh!
Daddy-in-law, what's happening?
He can't respond right now.
Cynthia, darling, is this all part of it? Was this supposed to happen? Just, you're prettier when you're quiet, honey. Just... Very well. And he'll just hang out, I guess. Probably not very long after this, you see that the rest of the party arrives.
What's going on in there? Open up!
Oh,
Hey!
Oh my God!
All right, we're here to help. We're here to help. Also,
Why is he so aggressive
all
all the time?
Well, understandable. We didn't tell them that everything has now been under control.
That's actually a great point. Barbara will go open the door.
Viper has no idea what Jessica found, so she's just out of breath, just like, okay, his phylactery is a small black heart, so all we need to do
Yeah, right
is
here.
find something. Maybe it's in case.
We did it.
Oh,
What happened?
oh my God. Okay.
Okay.
These
Great,
two, and Jessica points to the now enwrapped tentacle lovebirds.
Yeah, Kit like rotates the tentacles to look at them.
These two thought it would be fun to try to fuck with us.
Oh, did they?
But not today. Not on Bahamut's day.
Not on the Lord's day.
Thomas, you regain 1 hit point.
Yes!
With Jessica, serial killer ass Feltcher praising Bahamut, you regain a hit point.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Where did that crossbow bolt come from?
Oh,
Was that Cynthia?
her, yeah. She decided it was time to kill Daddy.
How much do you know about your father?
Obviously enough to know that he'd regenerate if she killed him.
Right.
Her eyes dart to her dad and
Of
then
course.
back to you, and she doesn't quite say anything.
Now is not the time to hold your tongue unless you want it cut off.
Oh, I don't know anything.
Oh, that's rich. That's really funny, actually. And you, and then Viper points to formerly known as Crabapple and is like,
The artist formerly known as Crabapple.
yeah, are you just like such an idiot, or do you know like that there's some serious shit going on here?
Well, I think I'm quite bright.
I don't. I guess my question was, do you...
I guess there's no accounting for taste.
Do you know who you married, is my question, or were you just enamored by the fact that someone wanted to marry
She's
you?
a great nurse. You know, she asked me to check something out on the stage earlier today, and then I accidentally broke my leg. But then after that, like... she took me to the hospital. She actually set the bone before we got there. She's taken excellent care of me.
Oh, I'm sure, but did you ever think that maybe she sent you to get your leg broken in the first place?
Well, why would my darling send me to get my leg broken?
Why would
she
your
was so
darling
excited
shoot your
for
daddy?
I haven't been on the Great Opal Way in, oh God, at least a few weeks. She was so excited for my premiere.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, bet she was.
You were, weren't you, darling? And he looks at her. I was, baby. I'm so proud of you.
Oh my God.
So, you don't know anything, and yet you know enough to come to this apartment and try to kill your daddy so that he regenerates. That's a little more than nothing, Cynthia. Please, don't play stupid. I don't have the time for it. Too much has happened tonight. I just want to know, when did you know your dad was a fucking murderer?
Oh, he's not a murderer, but what do you expect me to do?
Oh,
when I
really?
see
Because he
that my
just killed my
father-
fucking friend
What
tonight.
do you expect me to do when I see that my father has been taken hostage and had his limbs chopped off, huh?
You know what? That's fair. But what I
assume
want to
that
know
a couple of
is-
psychopaths took him hostage.
Oh,
yeah.
so you think that's
the
unmeditated?
same psychopaths who killed their warforged friend and then verbally assaulted the
that's-
person trying to save them in the hospital. So you know what? It is not a far stretch of the imagination.
Thomas.
Killed their warforged friend.
Thomas.
Yes.
God damn it.
Yes, Gary?
You started all this bullshit, didn't you?
All right,
I
all
did
right.
not.
That's now is not the time for that. Listen, Cynthia, I'm sorry to say, he's a fucking murderer, and I don't know if you noticed, you know everyone in the cast. Where is Tyrannicus, pray tell? Fucking dead! Because of your father.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know, I mean, you know quite a bit about the show. You don't know who is going to play.
Oh, the halfling?
Oh, yeah, the little halfling.
Wow, so you guys killed him too,
No,
huh?
your
Real
father
fucked up.
killed him.
Wait,
Oh my
Miss
God, you're
Cynthia,
so
why the
dead.
hell would we bring a murdered victim to you to bring back to life?
Yeah.
Cover your tracks?
Cover our tracks, but if she comes back to life, she can tell everything that happened.
Jessica's gonna kind of like tuck her hair behind her ear and give like the back of her head a scratch and go like, I don't know.
She looks you dead in the eyes and she goes, God, you couldn't even pony up the couple of gold it took to give her a new body. And then you started assaulting
Couple.
me, trying to piss me off. You wanted it to fail. You just wanted to have all the paperwork done so that it
Actually,
looked like you did what you could.
From what I understand, that was just one of our party members being a little stupid. I know it seems like that's very calculated. It really wasn't.
Wow, you'd have to be really stupid to fuck it up that bad when your friend's life hangs in the balance.
Yeah, we know.
Real generous of you to not bring our friend back to life knowing that she needed it all because of money, right?
Okay,
Hey,
okay.
bodies cost
Hold
money.
on,
just
everyone.
funny.
Okay, we're jumping to the past. We have a lot to look forward to, okay? Can we please just...
I just don't want to
live
hear
this-
any fucking slander
all
about
right.
that.
Okay, and I
All right.
respect that, okay? I understand.
It's just
Okay.
funny for you to say that, Cynthia, when here we are and your father's life hangs in the balance and you're choosing to say really stupid shit if you want him to stay alive.
I'm answering your questions. What do you want to hear?
Cynthia, you know nothing. and yet you had this mirror in your possession. Can you explain that? Was that a gift from your daddy?
Oh, yeah, it's how we communicate.
Do you communicate with anyone else?
Well, Ryan has one.
Like, on
On him right now?
No, he had one. He dropped it earlier.
Okay, let's double check him because we haven't searched his body yet.
Yeah, can Bob check the...
Oh, be gentler. Oh.
Bob is gonna go harder just be... Yeah, duh. I mean...
Oh, wait, that's kind of nice.
No!
Alright, Bob's gonna ease up. Okay. Alright. Do I get the mirror? Do I find anything?
You search Figglesbottom, and he has this elaborate purple coat on. His entire outfit is purple. His hair is beautifully coiffed.
Wow.
You find that the man does not carry much on him at all, really. He carries a pouch with about 25 gold.
Keeping it?
You search him, you find a little spray bottle that you assume is hair product.
Don't need that.
And you see that he also has a large golden necklace, but it's not a locket. It is in the shape of a music note.
And ripping that off just because I can. Okay.
And as you rip it off, I don't know how to describe this, but the moment it comes off of him, he becomes more annoying. Like, he's less appealing, he's less convincing. Like, you guys have seen through the facade, but you gather that most people don't.
Oh my god.
And as you remove that necklace, he just, like, something about him seems frumpier and, like, worse.
Oh my god. He had a magical charisma.
What the hell? Ah! Daddy-in-law, do something!
Put it back. Please put it
Does
back.
this give Cynthia the ick? I have to know.
Does it give Cynthia the ick?
Cynthia's still attracted to him.
Why?
But you get the feeling that his whining is annoying.
Yeah.
And he goes, my daddy-in-law made that for me.
And Barbara's gonna find like a stray sock somewhere and just shove it in his mouth.
Not a stray sock.
Is he smart enough to breathe through his nose?
Probably not. Breathe through your nose.
He's a mouth breather.
Jessica's gonna take one of the shards of obsidian and hold it up to his nose and see if it fogs up.
Yeah, he's a mouth breather.
No, you're gonna kill him. You're gonna kill him.
Are we really mad?
Just take it out. Well,
Bob will take out the sock.
Nose breathing isn't good for breath support.
that's actually like not true.
What would you know? Do snakes even breathe?
Yes. They do. So Cynthia, this mirror was only used to communicate with your father.
Yep.
I looked to Jessica and Barb. All right. Now, when you had these mirrors, was if you ever talked to someone else, is there a way for that to be monitored by someone?
Jessica will cast Minor Illusion on each of the three and will make a buzzing noise in their ears, so that's all they can hear.
From what I do remember of my past with Haggy, there's no way to really track past calls or something like that, but
sure.
I do know that there is some type of way to tune into other mirrors, right? So Haggy totally had that ability. She could, for us, we could only really call her. But on her end, she was attuned to a bunch of other ones, so she was fully able to communicate with several other people who had the mirror.
Sure.
With Cynthia one, I honestly don't know, but it is a possibility.
I'm honestly inclined to believe that Daddy didn't tell her everything.
Why would he?
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm. But to communicate via mirror is interesting because that makes me also believe that he didn't entirely trust Cynthia or Ryan and wanted a way to keep tabs on them.
Sure.
Right?
I think he told it as much as he wanted her to know, but the fact that he even had a mirror, had the knowledge of the mirror, that tells you all it needs to tell you.
Jessica, why don't we use that nifty little phylactery you found and get the answers to the questions we were asking an hour ago from Figglesbottom?
I couldn't agree more.
Gary walks up to Figglesbottom, reaches up and pulls the gag off of him.
I'll dispel the minor illusion of the buzzing on him.
Oh, is it my turn now?
Where is my son? Just tell us, or we're gonna break that thing.
He looks into your eyes and he just, you feel the sincerity as he goes, I don't even know who you are.
Where's the meeting?
What meeting?
And she moves like she holds it in her hands like she's gonna squish it.
Roll an intimidation check with advantage.
So I rolled a natural 20, and I have a plus 13 to intimidation, so that's 33.
Holy good lord.
You reach your fingers out and begin to squeeze in the heart, and it's almost like his chest reacts. He goes, okay. We're having it in Mount Heartland this year.
Mount Heartland. All right. When?
We know the first is spring is what he said previously, so let's see if that story checks out, mister, huh?
It's Monday, 1st of spring, yes.
Okay.
Perfect. What's going to happen if you don't show up?
They'll know something's amiss.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll find you.
Sure.
You see Richard pulls forward the shadow blade. You see the giant shadow morning star, because it has like the handle and then the spiked flail. He grabs the spiked flail and begins to press it into the heart so that the first spike begins to go into it. And he says, Zephrine Thistle and Wraith, where are they? Easy. Last I checked, they were in the Sunder, near a place called Longreach. Nephew, those are the people that killed your mother.
How do we find out where they are?
I don't know. The Lords don't really communicate all that much, but they will be at the meeting on the 1st.
All right.
So Zephrine and Wraith will be there.
Yes. I heard they were working on something that they plan to present at the meeting.
Oh, shit.
Have you been in contact with Hagatha Christie?
Hagatha and I, we don't really get along all that well, but only as much as is necessary.
And what is necessary?
At our meetings, once a year, every now and then she'll send me a message.
When's the last message you received?
Last message I received? Wait a second. You're all planning on killing me anyway. Why should I tell you anything?
Maybe we won't.
I don't believe that.
It's fair.
There's literally no reason for me to divulge information to you. You're still going to do whatever
All right. So how much do you care about your daughter?
And that's why you were always her favorite. I have to admit, I underestimated the sex robot, but I will tell you what you want. I assume I'm going to die anyway, but, and please, take my word for this, my daughter and her nitwit of a husband are innocent. Please just let them go, and I will tell you whatever you want.
Well, you're all gonna be locked up. I don't think anybody's dying.
Yeah, nobody's dying, at least not by our hands tonight. You're going...
They are not guilty of anything. I have given my daughter protocols. There are messages I send to her, in which case she knows that she can kill me and that I will be okay.
And that will probably be divulged in more interrogations at a secure location. And
you will not interrogate my daughter.
Or what?
Or I won't give you any information.
Well, it's either that or we kill her.
I'd rather she die a quick death than suffer at the hands of you.
We're not gonna make it quick.
Fine, keep the nitwit. Just let my daughter go.
Ooh, that's tempting. That one's tempting.
I speak to you, and he looks to Gary. He says, father to father.
Yes.
I've lived many centuries as a relatively selfish being. However, in the last few decades, I have given myself an incredible weakness in this beautiful woman that I care so much about. Let her go, and I will give you whatever answers I have to help you find your son.
The problem is, I let her go.
You have my word on that.
Your word doesn't really mean anything to me, though.
Can we put buzzing in his ears again for a second?
Yeah, and Jessica will cast minor illusion.
One moment.
Time's up, it looks like.
All right, listen.
I understand where he's coming from.
No, we definitely all do, but I think if we want to do this the quote-unquote right way, we should be taking him to a secure location to get all this done. I know it's going to take a day. But as for her, does anyone have some, memory shit spell to kind of, cut out her father, cut out the nitwit, cut out everything that she knows about all that, and then just send her on her way to go back nursing and living her life?
Teronica's had someone on base working on that.
I was going to say, if anyone had it, Teronicus had something.
Okay. Can we... I hate suggesting this, but as 4 of them are NPCs, do we want to send... Come on.
The hell is that?
Okay, just come on, man. Work with me for a
No
second.
people cool?
God damn it, Nick. Okay, what if we send Lucky with Figglesbottom and, they can take the moon and the rest of us can just travel by horseback and...
What?
What?
No, I think we're being too soft here.
Well, we've been talking about the secure location this whole time. What did you want? I mean,
they know
they'll deal with
where
them.
my son is. He's just withholding. We're being too nice. And I'm gonna walk over to
He might actually not know. If he's not the one that took your son, if they don't communicate as regularly, then he really might not know.
I'm gonna pull a gag off Figglesbottom.
You pull it off and he says, I still can't hear you.
Jessica's thinking about taking off the minor illusion. Just before I take that spell away, who took your, when did your son get taken? Where were you?
Where he said, at Longreach and the Sunder, Wraith and Zephrine took my son.
Okay.
And somehow he knows that, but he doesn't know the rest.
Well, what he knows is that they're in the Sunder. He said he didn't know who you are. I doubt he even knows that a child was taken. He just knows where those people that took him are.
Yeah.
And if those people are there, then your son is probably there.
I just want to talk to him.
Okay.
Jessica removes the minor illusion from Figglesbottom.
Oh, hello.
Hey.
Yes.
You really don't know who I am.
Do you have a name for me?
Sure. It's Gary.
Gary the Goblin?
Well, what do I look like? Yeah.
I was wondering what you were. Wow. She really has made a mess. Okay, I know of you.
What exactly do your people stand for? What is your mission?
We are the Lords of Law and Correction. We are an organization attempting to right the wrongs of our world. I'm sure you've noticed it. You seem like you have a good head on your shoulders. The legal system doesn't work. It's broken.
Gary nods.
Thomas, at that you lose the hit point that you gained earlier.
Ouch, Gary, don't say that shit, please.
We are just trying to put a system in place that works better. We are trying to show the common folk that the world as it is does not function. The world needs a strong leader.
Oh, God, here we go.
Someone or some people who set laws in place for everyone that are clear.
You want to rig the system. That's all you want to do.
The system has always been rigged.
By people like you, by people like me in the past. So, Gary, he's trying to pour honey in your ear. Just be careful,
Jessica,
okay?
Yeah. I remember somebody else who used the current system to fuck me over that I'm looking at right now. And he's looking at
Exactly,
Jessica.
so you already know.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I just want some clarification. I guess you guys heard his spiel before, but...
Well, his spiel was Haggie's spiel. Haggie's the head of the spiel. She's like the spiel
I don't know
boy.
her spiel. I don't know her spiel.
You're hearing her spiel, I promise.
Everyone stop saying spiel. Stop saying
The word
spiel.
spiel doesn't sound like...
Spiel.
All right, so what? You want to be like a world dictator, basically?
No. We just want a system that works. We just want strong leaders, because right now all this jury bullshit, all these unstandardized courts, they don't work. People, common folk, need someone to follow. And that's all it is. We're showing them that this system as it is right now, we're just pushing it. We're prodding at the seams to show them what is broken.
While I agree the system definitely needs to be changed because the corruption is run rampant by, involvement of people like you, but the method that you all are trying to achieve is no better than what we have right now. In fact, it's a little worse.
How is it worse?
Oh, I don't know. Giant shadowy beings destroying entire towns just to make it seem like you guys are the only hope is a bit fucked up.
A little manipulative.
Well, we are the only hope. Look at Brookhaven.
Loose court system, no strong leaders, gets taken down in a day.
By a giant interdimensional being.
We live in a magical world. These things happen.
Creation. What are you talking about?
I didn't create
man?
magic.
Oh my God, you know what we mean.
What happens when a bigger threat emerges? We live in a time of relative peace. I doubt any of you are old enough to remember what it was like before the court systems.
Are you planning on bringing about a larger threat such as Tiamat in order to be the saviors for the system?
You're all... Don't tell me you're a mystic as well.
A mystic, no, but I have heard what I've heard, and I just want to know if your grand plan is to bring about some great threat so that you can be the heroes, even though you brought about it in the...
What great threat? No, you are the great threat. People can't lead themselves. They're too short-sighted.
You are a person. You are a person. What makes you better than an app? Like what you said doesn't make sense because you yourself are just a fucking person.
Because I am a leader. The layperson.
Okay, self-proclaimed leader.
I'm not here to argue. You asked me a question and I was answering.
I'm giving you the time to answer it now. Just keep going.
There are people who are natural-born leaders. There are people who have an extended line of sight toward the future of a society, people who dedicate themselves to furthering the state of the world. For most people, you just live your life trying to get ahead. Right now, the systems are made to put power into your hands, but you don't know what to do with it. Because all you care about is yourself. All you know how to do is look out for your own interests. You don't care about what's right, what's good. You just care about what's nice. You just want everyone to feel good, to be happy. You want to pretend you all get along. You need someone who you can trust, someone who can take the blame when things go wrong, and someone who can take responsibility when it is time to fix them. That is all we are trying to do. Okay, we believe that we are those people.
So it's getting rid of the courts, and instead you have kings and queens, or like one world leader, or what?
Something like that. And he looks over to Jessica. He says, I believe Agatha was interested in a Madam President once upon a time.
Yes.
Although I've heard those plans didn't turn out quite as she expected. In reality, it would be a council. A council who can operate in privacy and make smart decisions, and a figurehead to execute them.
So a figurehead in charge of the council?
No, a figurehead to the public. A president, perhaps, who is simply the public face for the secret council.
I see. And this council decides everything for the world.
Correct.
What makes you think that you're the ultimate judge of all of these things? Just you little select group of however many of you there are.
Well, we were able to take down your courts.
Reginald, tell me, when did you plan to betray the others and take over the operation? I'm sure you were planning it. I'm sure each of you individually is thinking about it.
As nice as that sounds, I recognize that the entire continent is a region far too large for any one person to manage. It is why the lords have been split up the way they are.
Okay, so what do you do when you need to contact somebody?
We give them a call.
How do you do that?
A mirror.
Do you have a mirror?
Well, I don't have one on me right now, but it's easy enough to find one.
How do you get one?
They're everywhere.
Wait, like an actual, just any mirror?
Not any mirror, but quite a lot of them.
It's a black obsidian mirror, Gary.
Okay, where do we get one of those?
We kind of just broke one because it can be used to surveil us. Like, it can be used by other members of the organization to spy, so we didn't feel it safe.
Can you repair it?
Potentially at LEP. Lucky, we have some pretty adept artificers up there.
I think it could be done,
On base, we could potentially repair it, yes.
I don't have time to be waiting a day or a week or whatever. He said something to
What are you trying to do?
I want to find my son. This guy just said he's gonna present him or something at the central.
They're presenting plans.
They're working on something, aka my son. They're gonna present him at the fucking meeting or whatever the fuck. I can't wait that long.
Well, how long does it take to get to the mountain from the Sunder?
A week.
So then they're probably already traveling.
You don't know anything about my son.
No. Zephrine and Wraith, I will say, they're one of the more bloodthirsty pairs.
God. If they're bloodthirsty, I think there's actually a good chance that your son is still alive, because I think if they wanted him dead, they could have just killed him right there. But instead they took him.
What's the fastest way to get my son back? How do I just... You know, as a father,
yes,
you're gonna do whatever it takes.
I'll be real with you. I don't think you will succeed at getting your son back. But if you were to do it, perhaps finding a way to infiltrate the meeting. We do tend to have very high security. However, if you can find a way to get in, it tends to be a little more of a relaxed occasion within the actual location.
Okay, tell me how to do that.
Well, like we said, we're planning to have it at Mount Heartland, and usually Saxon provides the security.
Saxon Brunt, yeah.
Correct.
And you said
I'm gonna
that
need you to
it would take
really
them...
start just having diarrhea of the mouth, man.
I don't know what else to tell you.
Have you ever had a meeting there before?
At Mount Heartland?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Agatha insisted on this location.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. She said she's been working on something for quite a while.
That doesn't...
She set the location months ago.
Okay.
So I gotta intercept them, or I gotta sneak in? Which is it?
If we're going to intercept them, we need to
Not
think
us.
about how long it would take them to get to Mount Heartland.
He needs to start
from
thinking
the Sunder.
really fast. And I start putting my sword towards Cynthia.
All right. Relax. If I were you, well, I would simply spend the gold to fly to the solstice. In the solstice, I would find Saxon Brunt, and from there, either kill him or conscribe into his army, whatever it is, pretend to be security, perhaps have open access, and then find your son wherever he is and try to leave unnoticed. However, that will be difficult for all of you since you are noticeable faces.
Quick question.
Yes.
Obviously, Haggy knew that we had the play going on, and you knew, chances that all the other members know who we are, where we are, and potentially that we would be trying to infiltrate this meeting. What are those
Barbara,
chances?
Everyone knows about you.
Well,
you were a little bit of a taboo subject at your inception. I know. As far as Miss Feltcher, Miss Feltcher is Hagatha's most spectacular failure to date.
Oof. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mr. Phelps is recognizable. She has put out a notice for him. I will say, Gary, she did put out notice for you, but I suppose she was not aware of the state you were in. We all still expect you to just be a goblin. Although I suppose Zephrine and Wraith might know otherwise at this point.
Okay, so that sounds like a plan. I can go with Lucky to make sure that the three of them get there safely, or we could potentially send Monique. What do you guys think? Because I can meet you in Solstice via the moon.
I mean, Monique is still at the hospital, but honestly, if we could keep our party together, I think that would probably be best, and send Monique with Lucky. I just don't want him to go alone.
Right.
So...
Of course. What do you think of that, Lucky?
That's fine. Yeah.
Oh, and Jessica, the mirror that you broke.
Yeah, it's just here on the floor.
Okay, and Viper's gonna pick it up carefully. Try to make sure that hopefully it didn't shatter messily necessarily, and try to pick up all the pieces, and hand it very carefully to Lucky and say, and hopefully one of our guys up there can repair this?
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Monique and I'll go up. I am worried about Blue finding out.
I know.
We're going to have to tell him eventually.
Of course, with Selma's help,
Tyrannicus might be okay. We have to go see.
It's true. With Selma's help, I do think that Blue can come to understand the actions we are taking. I just think that if we were to leave everything in his hands, then he would probably say kill everyone, and I just don't think that's the answer right now. You know what I mean? Right. Just a quick question. Jessica, how good is your ability to disguise yourself?
It's magical. I've got some magic to do that.
Because if we're infiltrating this meeting, Figglesbottom has to be there. So I doubt he can show up like this. I think it's smart for a Figglesbottom to be there.
Good.
I can also see if Fig has anything up at base.
Yeah, because as soon as Figglesbottom does not show up, they may even cancel the meeting because they'll know something is up.
If I can get something to enhance my magic, because my disguise self spell technically only lasts an hour.
Okay.
Lucky.
We have a drop relatively near Serenity. We can meet you there. And I'll bring anything I can find on base to help out.
That sounds like the beginning of a plan.
You're taking all 3 of these guys, right?
Correct.
Right.
Okay. I can live with that.
She'll put the sock back in Figglesbottom's mouth. All right, let's do it.
This has been Your Honor. Your Honor features the vocal talents of Nicholas Benetatos as Gary Mogbile, Amanda Fernandez-Acosta as Barbara, Nicholas Palazzo as Thomas Phelps, Michael Pisani as Jessica Feltcher, and Hannah Schooner as Viper. The rest of the world is voiced by your DM, Giancarlo Herrera, with editing by Hannah Schooner and Giancarlo Herrera, and sound design by Giancarlo Herrera. If you'd like to support the show, consider checking out the links in the show notes, or go to patreon.com/Drimbus, where you can get access to hours of bonus content, exclusive merch, the chance to play with the crew, or submit items to the show, or have NPCs named after you. Oh, and don't forget to leave a review or make a post using #Drimbus to be entered for the chance to win a free Dungeons & Drimbus sticker. Thank you all so much for listening, and I do declare we'll see you all next week.